What is up, Mr. P here? I'm a NIO owner and NIO's earnings just got released, and I'm going to share with you my opinion on what's going on with NIO's earnings, why the stock dropped, should you be concerned? Alright, let's start off very fast. Earnings takeaway. So they delivered 21,896 vehicles in Q2 versus 20,060 vehicles in Q1. It's a slight increase over Q1. The majority of them are ES6s, and that coincides with what I see on the road. When I see a NIO, it's mostly going to be ES6s on the road. I rarely see EC6s, and I do regularly see ES8s, but most of them are ES6s. So they delivered 4,433 ES8s, 9,935 ES6s, and 7,528 EC6s. Now, the ES6s are about 30% cheaper than the ES8s, so you can understand why this, even though there's more deliveries, there's a higher revenue. So the total revenue was 8,448 million, so that's 8.4 billion RMB versus 7.98 billion the previous quarter. So the revenue increased because they sold more vehicles. However, the margins slightly decreased, and also the loss of operations increased quarter over quarter. So the loss of operations saw a 158% increase quarter over quarter. Yeah, I'll talk a bit more about that later. Man. But first, let's talk about why NIO's deliveries in July was actually below Li Auto and XPENG. Now, that is mainly due to the recent flooding in Germany. Now, everybody knows that there's a chip shortage. However, what people don't know is that a lot of NIO's parts are also sourced from Germany. Part of the reason why I bought a NIO was because the cars are engineered and designed in Germany. So that means, you know, the Germans and Japanese, they make the best cars, all right? Period. Sorry, Americans. So when they designed the cars, they used the stuff, a lot of import stuff, a lot of German. For example, the air suspension, it's all made in Germany. So when the flooding hit, you know, a lot of that supply chain gets cut off, and that's sort of like a bottleneck for NIO. So they're not able to make as many cars because of this limitation. However, I do think this will improve over time, and this is why I chose NIO over XPENG and Li Auto. You know, XPENG and Li Auto, they're all domestically engineered, domestically made, domestic parts. Everything is here in China. You don't have the engineering brightness of the Germans, the attention to detail of the Germans. So that's also part of the reason why I went for NIO. NIO is actually just a completely international brand, right? It's not just a Chinese brand. So that's why there's actually deliveries in July fell below Li Auto and XPENG. Now we're going to talk about the loss from operations. 58% quarter over quarter increase. Man, people see that and they freak out, and that's why the stock prices dropped quite a bit. People saw that, they're like, "Well, what? You made more money? You had more revenue, but you lost more money? What? What's going on, man? Sell, 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 sell! Oh my God, this is not good." So I'm gonna explain what's going on with the massive increase in loss of operations. This is mostly due to the mass deployment of swap stations. Now, they've been deploying swap stations like crazy every single month, every single day, deploy more and more swap stations all over the country. And this is really good for NIO owners. But of course, this is going to be a massive amount of expenses for NIO. They've also put a lot of money into R&D for development. And there's a big secret. 小老鼠啊！
你把头都拔了，一个头都没了，快关机了，快死了，都给他投诉了。
Okay. So that just happened. My wife popped in, stole my charger while I was recording a video. Alright, where were we? So, that was mainly due to mass deployment of swap stations, and then we also got massive increases in R&D costs. This is because NIO is launching 3 new models next year along with the ET7. Woo! 3 new models. Boom! Based on the NIO's new NT 2.0 technology. So that means, you know, right now, all the NIO vehicles, including my NIO EC6, they're pretty good design vehicles, they're pretty good vehicles, but the computing power is only like 2.5 tops. You don't have LiDAR, you only have limited visuals, cameras, and also radar. But with the NT 2.0, you know, they're gonna use a lot of NVIDIA's chips, and the computing power will be 1,000 tops. So, man, a lot more computing power, and they're gonna have LiDAR. So, NIO's gonna launch 3 new models along with the ET7. One of them is going to be a mass market model. Apparently, that's gonna be in a new brand, because currently, right now, NIO positions themselves as a luxury brand, sort of like Lexus, and this new brand will sort of be like how Toyota is to Lexus. So it'll be like just a cheaper car, and they aim to be cheaper than Tesla, but better in quality, offer better services. Now, obviously, they want to do it in a different brand because they don't want this cheaper model to be able to do battery swaps. Because I think if they were able to do battery swaps, the battery swap lines will be way too long, and that would just piss off current NIO owners. So they don't want to do that. And they're probably going to launch a new SUV that's going to have the LiDAR technology and everything inside of it. So that's going to be really, really cool. We're really looking forward to that. The biggest question is, how are they going to increase production? Right now, they only got that one plant in Hefei, along with JAC, and I think they are in talks with Shanghai. They might do another plant in Shanghai, hopefully. And right now, NIO is getting a lot of government support. A lot of government officials are banning Tesla, because Tesla, you know, they record everything and then they might send it back to America, which is not good. So they're sort of supporting NIO, and they're signing a lot of strategic collaborations. For example, recently they actually just collaborated with the China Space Agency. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think the future is bright for NIO. There's no need to panic. Of course, slowly the current NIO models are going to be upgraded to the 2.0 platform as well. And yeah, the biggest question is, how are they going to increase production? Because obviously they do have the sales network all set up. They have a lot of stores. The stores have a lot of people in them. A lot of NIO user volunteers. They go into that store and they try to help the sales rep out with any user related questions. So the future is looking bright for NIO. Also, I've got this golden EP9. It's limited edition, limited one of 888. There's only 888 models. And this was to commemorate 100K deliveries. And man, this thing just looks amazing. I have a full unboxing video. Check it out over here. And yeah, if you want to get one of these, contact me. Man, and this is a good investment, my friend. I mean, because this will definitely double in price in the future, or even triple, or even quadruple. Whew. Man, peace out.